Ahoy! This is the 7th episode of the class review video series. If you haven't already, I suggest that you watch the introduction video first. Force Archer is the next one on the list. Archers use astral bows and keen eyes to increase their range, making their attack skills vastly outrange any other character. This is often so significant that they can stay out of the attack range of enemies. Archers have quite powerful attack skills, but otherwise considerably lower offensive stats than most other characters, essentially making them support classes. Much like warriors with down, archers excel at knockback effect with a passive skill that increases the knockback chance of all attack skills with that effect. This makes resisting them very difficult. Archers heavily rely on critical hits, but fortunately the Astra weapon makes reaching high amounts of critical rate easy. Critical hits, therefore, are also quite significant, and Archer's offensive short skills increase critical damage even further, which results in critical hits multiple times higher than non-criticals. However, this also means you need to score criticals, otherwise you won't deal any real damage. Other than that, they've got a short skill which lets you evade damage from almost any hit, and several healing skills for quick recovery, making it probably the most resilient magic class in terms of survivability. And some buffs which increase HP, attack and attack rate for allies by a small amount for a vast duration, making people often seek out archers just for these buffs. Healing can be used on others, and there's a party skill as well to heal all members in range, making Archer very useful in high-end dungeons. But otherwise their BM1 is quite weak. BM2 is stronger than most, but still not a big deal. However, it can hit 2 targets simultaneously and is quite fast, making recovery easy with health steal. BM3 is considerably weaker than it is for most other characters, and it gets a penalty to damage output for hitting multiple enemies. It has a rather unique area though, hitting targets located around a line connecting you and your target, which is often very useful against ranged enemies, but at the same time ineffective against enemies that can gather around you. All of the battle modes of Force Archer increase attack rate, so your hits being blocked is a very rare occasion for Archer players. All in all, Force Archer is a useful support class for high-end dungeons and PvP, especially with its new short skills being mainly PvP focused. But as such, Archer isn't very effective at dungeon farming, except for the places where its unique range and area of effect can be turned to its advantage, and its damage is quite low in my opinion.